Savage Media. Savage Media.
Blessed risings, good afternoon or good evening, depending on where in the world you are tapping in from. You got to keep in mind that Keep It P podcast is a global show. And today on this episode of the Kuna Matata Hour, we will be discussing brutal untold story of Diddy's bust exposed and the shocking secret reasons experts fear he will be executed in jail. Sean Diddy Combs fears for his life as he sits behind bars and rumors he could be marked for death. It's been revealed Diddy's possible involvement in an unresolved murder could mean he is in grave danger while in jail on federal Zouks crime charges after being denied bail twice. Diddy was remanded to the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, where he can potentially come in contact with West Coast gangbangers eager to avenge the 1996 murder of rival rapper Tupac Shakur. Criminal Center's Christopher Zouks, author of the Federal Prison Handbook, said, if you are a persona non grata for a certain gang or group, there are people who will go out of their way to do something bad to you. No one behind bars is truly safe or isolated. Diddy 54 is facing several sexual assault and human trafficking charges that could land him in federal prison for the rest of his life. He was arrested on September 16th following a Homeland Security investigation into his alleged criminal enterprise, which some say included drug-fueled freak-offs featuring prostitutes, female victims, baby oil, and blackmail. Now sources claim the disgraced mogul could be a dead man walking if he ends up in federal prison controlled by gangs. Robert Stratton, a convicted drug smuggler turned author of Defending Alice, said, gangs are very powerful. Even in the most secure prisons, it would be possible to get to him, but it would take cooperation with prison guards, like in the case of Jeffrey Epstein. Stratton is referring to the billionaire financier who died in prison after mysterious circumstances while awaiting trial for charges including the sex trafficking of minors. Meanwhile, Diddy could already have a price on his head due to his alleged ties to his West Coast rival Tupac's murder. I just want to point out they be busting down jokes and talking about he Jeffrey Epstein 2.0. My man just told you minors, P. He was Zouks trafficking minors, human trafficking of minors to a private island. When you're 2.0 or something, aren't you supposed to be the better version? Like, isn't the iPhone 16 better than the previous version? So if you have a number one, and now when you got the Apple 2, wasn't it supposed to be better? The iPhone 1, the original one, then you got the iPhone 2. Wasn't that better than the one? Right. Just keep that in mind. We're just talking about common sense. Hello, McFlizzle. Not trying to tell you what to think, trying to show you how to think here on the Keep It P podcast, where we take news, situations, and everyday occurrences, and we show how one could or could not be keeping it P. And I am your host, TZ Von Savage. On this episode of the Kuna Matata Hour, make sure you hit subscribe, the like, leave a comment, say where you're coming from, tapping in from, wipe your feet. Show a little respect. It continues. He has called his involvement in the unsolved Las Vegas shooting pure fiction, but prosecutors involved in the case are reportedly collaborating with the feds investigating Diddy. The Bad Boy Records founder was arrested in New York shortly before U.S. Attorney Damian Williams unsealed an indictment accusing the disgraced hip-hop mogul of racketeering, Zouks trafficking, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. Hold on. See how it's disgraced? But we ain't talking about McMahon, Vince McMahon. His documentary shit isn't surviving nothing, but he has a lot of sexual assaults and lawsuits, and it's Mr. McMahon. Pay attention. Pay attention. During their investigation, 2 AR-15 rifles and 1,000 bottles of baby oil were seized. The now infamous baby oil is reportedly connected to the alleged freak-offs where some partygoers became so exhausted they required IV drips. I heard his mom was on one of them too. I'm just saying. I heard his mom was on one too. So are you saying his mom was at the freak-off? Because she was on the IV drip? Don't they got like IV drips like in Vegas off the strip, or is it downtown or Fremont Street, right? Where you can get you some drippity drip? Suge Knight thinks Diddy's life is in danger, and he's been warned, fam. So when they say experts, I'm like, who are these experts? They don't mention who the experts are. We're not going to name none of the experts. Not even, let me give you an example of what we consider an expert, just so you know the expectations on the experts. Suge Knight told Diddy his life was endangered in a resurfaced warning as fears grow the rapper could be assassinated in prison. It's been revealed that the Death Row Records founder made the claims when federal agents raided rappers' Florida and California homes in March. During the clip believed to be an outtake from Knight's Collect Call podcast, which he hosts from prison, the 59-year-old is allegedly heard saying, "I'll tell you what, Puffy, your life is in danger because you know the secrets. Who's involved in that little secret room you guys are participating in?" He then told Diddy, "They're going to get you if they can." Knight is currently serving a 28-year sentence for voluntary manslaughter. The chilling warning also comes as a celebrity photographer once close to the disgraced rapper. There we go with the disgraced, dishonored, disemboweled rapper. Right? Warren Diddy could be targeted in prison if he's sent down for his Swex crimes due to the secrets he amassed concerning powerful figures attending his alleged freak-off parties. Selma Fonseca told the Sun US somebody could kill him. He has a lot of enemies. Where'd he get all the enemies from? I'm saying we know the little folks who he sent to go get Junior's cheesecake and things of that nature, but what enemies are we talking about? You going that the Tupac connection? Are we talking about that? Jail officials have currently placed Diddy on suicide watch while he remains incarcerated at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. He is currently off. The former inmate at the prison, who claims to have an inside source connected with the investigation, claims Diddy is paranoid about being targeted. Larry Levine said he's really, really paranoid. He's really, really scared. Doesn't know what to think. He doesn't know who to trust or what to believe. And he fears Diddy could die in prison like Swex fiend Jeffrey Epstein, who, like Diddy, is alleged to have secret tapes of powerful figures filmed secretly during their Swex gatherings. Why would you hold on to that? If you got that, why wouldn't you put that into play right away to keep yourself safe? Like, yeah, if something happens to me, then whoop-de-whoop, this is going to be sent and it's already a done deal, so keep your hands to yourself. No, I don't know. Why wouldn't somebody do that? Levine, in an interview with News Nation, claimed, "I've got people every day saying, do you think they're going to Epstein him?" And I go, well, I really don't know. Imagine if someone paid someone off on the inside of prison. Hold on. Imagine if someone paid someone off on the inside to poison his food, give him a heart attack, and he dies. MDC Brooklyn has held other high-profile inmates in the past, such as R. Kelly and former partner of Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell. How come she wouldn't use the tapes? Huh? How come they not scared if she got the tapes? Or is that why she's alive? Then why wouldn't she get a better deal? I'm just saying. Why she get such a butt deal? If they got these tapes on deck, I'm just saying, don't it make sense? If I don't get out of this, there's going to be some heads rolling. Unless you're doing it to protect your family because they like, oh, we can't get to you. But if you want your family to be safe, then don't mess with the tapes and whoop-de-bop. So she's doing it for the family then. Is that what we're saying? Meanwhile, it has been claimed Hollywood action man Jason Strahan banned his then girlfriend, model and actress Kelly Brook from attending one of Diddy's infamous X-rated bashes. Speaking on the British show Loose Women on Wednesday, the Smallville star, who didn't mention Strahan by name, said, I got invited to one of those Sean Combs Puff Daddy parties many, many years ago, and my boyfriend at the time said, you're not going to that. That he was a very well-known actor that had been in the industry for a very long time, and I was taking it as he was being very possessive and controlling and not wanting me to go and have fun. And I was like, why can't I go? Everyone's going to be there. Everyone goes to these parties. And he said, you're not going to go. And nothing more was said about it. And I didn't go. And years later, I found the invite in his drawer in his office. He was looking after me. Kelly added she was glad Strahan had warned her not to go, adding, we don't know what would have gone on at these parties. Everybody claims to know. Everybody know what go on at the parties. That's why the boyfriend said no, because he already know, because everybody in the know. But now we don't know what could have happened. Man, make up your mind. Make up your freaking mind. But I ain't going to hold you. I'm just going to mold you, fold you, and scold you about being off code. What did we learn here today, boys and girls? Just anything. Let's just attach, hook our wagon, right? If you know you've never been to a party because you've never been invited because you're super whack, so you didn't get to go, now you're really just salty and mad. And so now this is your time to get back. This is the Get Back at Diddy tour. You Negro boy, you. But but there's a fee for being a raccoon. There is definitely a fee. Gonna leave you with 4 words as we always do around this time. Subscribe for the vibe, like for the spike, comment your environment, and share if you care, if you dare, to get Black empowerment everywhere. We are on all of the platforms: Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook. Come and take a look. You might get hooked, but don't get shook by the imposters that are out there. Yes, there is, and there are fake Keep It P podcasts. There are. I'm just saying, if we're so whack, why copy us? Love, peace, blessings, and maloha. I gotta go ha for sure ha. You already know ha. Big brother, light bright, supreme almighty. Signing off.
Von Savage Media. Von Savage Media.